This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 9. A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. So, once you understand what the will of the Lord is for your life, and your mind becomes aligned with His mind, and you let go of mortal thoughts, and your mind begins to be renewed, He will direct your steps. He will order your path. Navigating in this world can be very difficult, but we have a champion. We have one who has run the course before us. So we must learn to let aside every weight and run the race which is set before us. And following the example, as Paul said, be ye followers of me as I am followers of Yahweh Shai, the Anointed. And that will take faith, and that will actually take and require actual steps. But this is the book of 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 21. For even hereunto were ye called, because Christ, Yahweh Shai, also suffered for us, leaving us an example, that ye should follow his steps, who did no sin, neither was guile found in his mouth. So, in following the steps of being a better man, the only way to be a better man, meaning to have your steps ordered aright, is to follow the steps of the greatest man to have ever walked the earth. Now, there are times within our flesh where we may feel that we are not worthy of this walk, or we are unable to walk this walk. But this is why we must learn to walk in the Spirit. Although we are in the flesh, we must learn what it is to walk in the Spirit, so we can have understanding about how to maneuver within this corruptible flesh. So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 133. Order my steps in thy word, and let not iniquity have dominion over me. So we were all shapen in iniquity from the time we were born in this flesh. We were born in sin. Our transgressions are forever before us. And no one can boast in the flesh. All of our deeds are as filthy rags. But in walking in the Spirit, being moved by the Spirit, this is when our eyes will be enlightened and our burdens will be removed. The Lord even said this himself when talking about our labors. It's the book of Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. So you're walking in this flesh. The sinful flesh especially can become very burdensome. But the Lord has a better way for us to walk in. Verse 29, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my yoke is light. So this is concerning walking in the Spirit. So there's a famous poem referred to as Two Footprints in the Sand, and basically delves into an account of a believer who had a dream and was walking in the Lord and saw two set of footprints. But then in the time of their trouble and calamity, they only saw one. And they thought that the Lord had forsaken them and left them. But it was at this time that the Lord had to remind them that they only saw one set of footprints because the Lord was carrying them, even in their darkest time, even in their darkest hours. So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 28. Hast thou not known, hast thou not heard, that the everlasting power, the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, and neither is weary. There is no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not be faint. How will this feat be accomplished? Because the Lord is going to be the one carrying them. When this flesh fails us, through the Spirit, the Lord is faithful to continue to strengthen us on our course and on our journey. And ultimately, there will come a time where he will just carry us when we are no longer able to carry ourselves. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 12, verse 8. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of the Lord before them. So, and all of your adversities and all of your afflictions, remember the Lord is with us. As long as we continue to believe and faint not and trust that the Lord is with us, He can carry us to the finish line, even when it seems like we can't carry ourselves. Remember, freely receive, freely give.